Hi, alright. As you can see, I'm doing I've designed I'm making a tweed jacket for a customer, and I'm using some contrasting tweed fabric for the patch pockets, the belt pocket, so that's a little patch pocket as well. And now I've just basted the tacked down the patch pocket now, and I'm hand felling, what we call hand felling in the trade, the edge just around the edges there. It's already been lined inside, so now I'm just hand felling it down now. You can see little stitches on the edge, and then afterwards I'll actually go 0.5 centimeters, and I'll what we call pick stitching, like an edge stitching, pick stitching on there. So this is pure bespoke work I'm doing, so no machine work at all on this. So it's very fine stitching. If you can see I'm picking up just behind and then just bringing it back a little bit, and use my thimble. The thimble aids the helps with the pushing the needle through, so you can go quite quickly. So you can see it there. So this work is very time consuming, very demanding, and this is what pure bespoke tailoring is all about. So it's very little machine work that's actually gone into this jacket. So it's really therapeutic hand stitching. It's very meditative. It's like doing meditation. Once you get into it, you lose sense of time. And I do love hand stitching. I used to do lots of embroidery, hand embroidery, but I don't hand embroidery anymore because people don't appreciate your artwork and they don't want to pay the prices, so I had to stop doing my embroidery. Sometimes, occasionally, I may hand embroider some designs of mine, but on the whole I'm doing lots of tailoring now, and I'm still designing and teaching dressmaking and tailoring courses at my shop by where the Cube is in Birmingham in England. So if you want to come and learn some traditional tailoring or learn some designing and dressmaking skills, then please come and see me. So
the ratio of admin time to clinical time was, at the end, I think about 60-40. So you can see the difference.
And was there resistance to that change? I mean, that school that you told us about, the training school, did people resist that disappearing?
I think they felt that if the school disappeared, it would certainly be the end of totally drying physiotherapy. And I suppose that proved to be. And of course, it was losing the close community. Once that school went, people would be
get closer. If you can see, it's invisible. The stitches, you can't see the stitches, and that's what it's all about. So after when I've edge stitched, I've what we call hand felling. When I've hand felled the stitches in, then I'll go again and do some edge stitching, pick stitching, which will be 0.5 centimeter in, and then that will be finished, and we'll get this ready for a second fitting. I'll start putting the lining in tomorrow. I'm so fortunate to have a 91-year-old master tailor who won Savile Row Tailor of the Year, I think the Cutter and Tailor exhibition in 1957, and he's actually helped cut this jacket out, and he's always there with the fittings. So I'm very fortunate to be learning from a great master, and he's 91 years of age. I'll actually upload some videos of him still cutting the jacket. He was cutting this jacket and recutting it. So I mean, such a fascinating character. Still at 91, he can still cut. He'd run rings around the younger generation of tailors, even today. So I'm very inspired by this lovely old master tailor, and that's why I love teaching, because you know, it's good to teach, just pass on the skills that we learned as well. So when you're passionate about something, it's not about money. Of course, in this game, you know, it's very difficult. People don't want to pay the money, but when they see the amount of work that goes into pure bespoke couture wear and bespoke tailored suits, I think then they get the understanding why the price tag is the way it is. You know, we're not in a factory with hundreds, dozens of operatives doing different jobs. We are a one-man, one-woman show here, and that's it. So we have to cut, measure, cut the pattern, sew everything up by ourselves. There's no one around to help us. So it takes many man hours to do any designs, couture or suits. And that's why we have to charge, you know. So it's people who with refined taste, they appreciate art and they appreciate what goes into something that's handmade, that's pure handmade. So all artisans, we struggle, but we just do it because we love our art form. And so that's why we spend many hours. It's 9 o'clock at night and I'm still here. So I'll finish at 10 and that'll be it. So there we go. So it's invisible, you can't see the stitching, it's right on the edge. It's what we call hand felling the stitch. So we just go right on the edge and just go slightly back and go forward, catch the edge and just pull it. Just come through to the front, from the back and come through to the front, just a fraction. And you can use your thumb, your left hand, to gauge where you're going to bring the needle back out. I just naturally do it anyway, so I won't be able to hand fell stitch without my thimble. So my thimble is the most important tool in the trade, with the shears, the scissors, which have got to be sharp and well maintained. So there we go. So and we based it down first. See, because this is in contrast and tweed, I would have had to match up all the stripes, all the checks with the patch, with the pocket, but sometimes I'll do a design, take a design touch, and I might actually cut the patch pocket on the bias or cut it horizontally instead of vertically, so you don't have to match up the stripes, and it just gives a contrasting kind of design. Traditionally you have to match all the checks and stripes up, but sometimes it's good to break those rules. So this design I've done for a customer, I've actually said I recommended a contrast in tweed, and he was happy to go with that, and this contrast in tweed is actually going to go on the lapels. I'm going to do some elbow patches with it as well, and then we're going to have some beautiful gold brass buttons just to set it all off. So I will take some videos nearing completion so you'll be able to see the whole jacket in its complete form. So that's good. This goes back through now. You can see this is fully canvassed and traditional pad stitching on the chest piece. So that's a very traditional way of making the jacket, which is good. So now that's it now. So it's all ready. It's all finished. Just put this needle through there, and I'll just secure and anchor the stitches, and that should be fine. So, and that's it. And here we have the finished product. So there's one patch pocket that's in, hand stitched all around the edges. And now I'm gonna just mark it and just what we call prick stitching. There's many terms for it, which will be 1/2 centimetre from the edge, and I'll actually hand stitch. So I'll actually stub through the traditional way, and that will go all around there. So I'll see you very soon. I'll just say ciao for now.